In this video, I want to discuss the plantar relation in the muscles of the thigh muscles. I'm going to use abbreviations for these muscles because they will be difficult to write in, but on your papers, you'll be able to write these in full words, and writing it down will be a good way to learn it for your lab practicals. I'll begin myself with the muscles of the anterior thigh, work myself to the medial thigh. We'll go to the posterior thigh. We'll end on the lateral thigh because there we usually have a little bit less force that we can see there, and I'll give you guys a couple things you'll need to know, especially there laterally with the tensor fasciae latae muscle. So we'll begin ourselves anterior with the quadriceps muscle group, and the first one I want to talk about will be the rectus femoris. I'm going to use red, and up front I'm going to put RF, rectus femoris muscle. Now, the rectus femoris makes up the bulk, is the one in the middle, and underneath of it would be a muscle directly underneath it, right next to the femur, would be the vastus intermedius. So I'm going to put VI for short, vastus intermedius. Now, if we go medial to that one in orange, the vastus medialis, and then more laterally in purple, the vastus lateralis. We have vastus lateralis muscle coming in here. And this is your quadriceps muscle group on the front, the four muscles there. And that's what you guys see mostly on the anterior thigh. As I move more medially, I'm using gray here, and then I'll use some others just as I'll switch back to some of the other colors I'm using before. But you'll have the sartorius moving as the longest muscle. It will wrap around on this side, and you guys know it takes a long trip, but you can see, if I'm looking in cross-section, you'll see sartorius here, more on the medial side at this particular level, where I'm actually looking at a cross-section. Now, as we work away, the ones that you will see strictly here, and I'm going to turn it just a little bit, and we're going to use some of the colors we haven't used yet, and I'm also the colors of the iPad here. We will have the gracilis muscle sitting the most medial, gracilis, sitting the most extreme medial here. Let me erase that and do it again. Gracilis. Now, as we move muscles, we have the gracilis muscle. We do have other adductor muscles that pass underneath of it, and the gracilis does span these muscles. So I'm going to use red and blue just to discriminate these two. Sitting more towards the anterior position, you have the adductor longus. Sitting more towards the posterior position, you have the adductor magnus. Adductor, A-D-D, adductor magnus, sitting in that position. Now, if we go to the posterior thigh, we hit the hamstring muscle group, of which we have these guys, these three muscles. Sitting more towards the medial side will be semitendinosus. Sitting more, and I'm drawing, ST, sitting more towards the lateral, the semimembraneous, and sitting underneath semimembraneous, I'm going to use green, would be the biceps femoris muscle of your hamstring group. And then if we move laterally, you'll see most of these muscles there. You will see the tensor fascia latae, TFL here. And the IT band will run downwards, but the IT band on your structure sheets with the tensor fascia latae muscle, TFL, is. And this ought to really help you guys in trying to organize thigh muscles in some sort of a constructive way when you're looking at your anatomy models in lab. And I hope you find these little videos helpful in plantar relation in the muscles of the lower extremity.